Oh, here we go again. On Sunrise this morning, we saw multiple crashes along I-65, lots of closures. State police posted these pictures. This was around 6 o'clock. Local sheriff's deputies in that area, they said they were investigating a number of crashes along I-65, specifically near the 55-mile marker, which is in North Jackson County, north of Seymour. Lanes were blocked throughout the morning, but thankfully look to be back open right now. Welcome to 13 News at noon on a Friday. Dustin Grove here with Sean Ash. So yesterday it was northwest of the metro. Today it was south, and we've got more coming.
Yeah, and I would argue that tomorrow is going to be exponentially worse on the roads and over a larger area here. So let's show you what we just had late last night and this morning. Rob Ellis made an adjustment, rightfully so. Yesterday evening, this thing was starting to drift a little bit to the southwest. So it was more of a 1 to 2 snowfall metro area versus 2 to 4. 2.1 officially National Weather Service office, almost 6 inches there in Bloomfield and 5 in Sullivan, a little more than 4 inches in Bedford. No problems. We're melting anything that was on the roadways here. Temperatures near the freezing mark, and we'll hover in the lower 30s. I want to get right into Future Track 13. Get you ready for this snowstorm that's inbound for tomorrow. Early in the morning, flurries, light snow a possibility. As we get closer to noon and 1 p.m., the snow is going to expand over central Indiana, and it will be likely widespread 2 to 3 p.m. Look at the temperatures. That is going to be the big difference. We're going to have some heavy snow rates. We're going to have a much colder setup, lower 20s to the teens, and not only the cold air during the event, but after the event, which means the snow cleanup, and it won't be for a lack of trying, but it is going to be very slow. We expect a large part of our area to get at minimum 2 to 4, but perhaps the heaviest snow band right along 70 and 74. So it is going to get very messy. We'll talk about how cold we're going to get behind it and a warming trend all ahead in the 7-day forecast.
All right, see you then, Sean. Thank you. As we mentioned, it was a busy morning. A lot of people heading to work right as the snow was kind of finishing up. One crash we saw this morning involved an Indy DPW plow. Marina Silva was there. She gives us a look at the damage and what happened.
This is all salt that's on the ground right now from an Indy DPW plow truck that tipped over, spilling all of this salt onto the ground. IMPD tells me the car was traveling. It's very icy out here, so when that car hit the plow truck, that's when this happened, and it's caused a lot of backups in the area of Girls School Road and Cranston Drive. A lot of people are looking for alternate routes. Luckily, no injuries for anybody involved, but a very important reminder to slow down and be careful on the roads during this weather event. Reporting in Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
After months and months of debate, the redistricting bill is officially dead. There was not enough support among Republicans in the Senate to get it passed. We heard for a while that the bill's hardest roadblock would be in the Senate, and many senators said they thought the vote would be tight. They thought it would be close, but what came as a shock was that it really wasn't.
19 ayes, 31 noes. This bill has been defeated.
Right, 31 noes, 19 voting yes. That was the final vote. That means 21 Republicans joined the 10 Democrats to end the mid-decade redistricting debate. That's a majority of Republicans in that chamber. This came after more than 3 hours of passionate speeches from both sides on this issue. For the Republicans in support of the bill, they argued this map would boost the Republican voice in Congress. But the ones who voted no say this takes away the voice of the voters.
I believe the bill on its face is unconstitutional.
I've done my very best to quietly and respectfully listen to the people I represent, and I'm confident that my vote reflects the will of my constituents.
The last senator you just heard from right there, that was Senator Greg Good. You may remember he got the first swatting attempt out of all of the senators, and it was a major swing vote throughout the debate. He ended up voting no. A prominent voice we heard during this entire debate was President Trump. As we've reported, the president made several tweets about the senators. Governor Braun hosted calls with Republicans. Now he's saying he wasn't really involved.
It's a great place. I love the people there. They love me. You know, we won in a landslide all 3 times. Got tremendous votes. I got record votes. And then there's no reason for doing that. And the Democrats do it to us, so I can't imagine that they do it. But I wasn't very much involved.
This was the president's comment last night when the vote came out. Now some are questioning if this will alter the relationship between Indiana and the nation's capital, and if the state could lose federal funding. After the vote, Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray says he's had those conversations and the state will continue to function and do well. Well, if you were on the roads yesterday morning, you probably saw some slick spots cause a lot of crashes. Those wintry conditions caused more than 60 accidents on the interstates and a 3-car crash into a bar in Carmel. The Carmel Fire Department shared these pictures here showing the damage to an outdoor seating area at Bar Louie. Hopefully we can get those pictures up to show you. There they are. This is near Main and Old Meridian Streets. The department is blaming the ice for this crash, but it's not exactly clear how it happened. Thankfully, police say nobody was hurt. We've now learned a man has been arrested in connection with a situation that left one man dead and a woman hospitalized after they were found inside a home on the southeast side. That man that died has now been identified as 81-year-old John Pedigo. Police say a neighbor called Thursday afternoon saying the two were unresponsive at the house near Arlington and Raymond. Officers later learned the two had suffered traumatic injuries, but police have not said what those injuries are or what may have caused them. We'll continue to follow that and ask questions and let you know when we get answers. Today, a child care center in Lebanon is closing its doors after serving the community for the last 15 years. This, they say, is a result of a child care centers across the state, a cut for child care centers across the state, feeling the impact of those funding cuts. The executive director of Little Angels, Holly Maxwell, confirming the center's closure to 13 News. She says the vouchers and reimbursement rate provide her business with a good portion of its profit. Now with the cuts, she says she's forced to close. Indiana Family and Social Services says 121 programs closed in September and October of this year. Businesses are not required to report the reason they closed to the FSSA. Maxwell says something needs to change before more people lose their businesses and parents lose their options for child care.
It's a struggle for them, and we need all parents to fight, not just the ones that have little ones in childcare.
She says she recommended to all the families at her center to other nearby programs. She also helped her employees find new work.